Hello everyone, this is Bryant with sfftsource.com, your premier guide to Six Flags Fiesta Texas. We're finally back out at the park. And of course, 2022 is the park's 30th anniversary, so we're super excited to be here. We're going to check out the Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger construction. There's lots of stuff going on over there, and they've even actually started installing some of the ride pieces. We'll also check out other constructions, such as what they've got going on in Crackaxle Canyon, just the general kind of refresh they're doing there. And the other big thing that they've got going on for the 30th anniversary are these little mini pop-up museums all around the park. They've also got these then and now pictures. So we're going to try to find all of those and show all of those to you today, because I've heard they're really cool, and it'll be a fun blast from the past. So there are other things around the park that we might not know about. Of course, they're still working on Sangerfest Halle, so we'll try to give you an update on that, at least for what we know, and we'll just go from there. So let's head into the park. And we've made our way into the security entrance, nice and painless like it normally is. And the last time we were here, if you all recall, there was a big hole in the ground where the ticket purchase booths used to be. You can see that they've actually paved that over completely. And I feel like there was probably some other stuff planned for this area, so we'll have to see what happens as we go along and see if anything actually changes out here, because it kind of looks like maybe this is all they've got planned out here for now, but who knows. And right here on the My Six Flags photo building, we've actually run into our first then and now photo. So you can see, paying homage to the Mexican culture that inspired the architecture of Los Festivales, traditional paper flowers were sold and used for decoration on various buildings. So looks like this building right here was some kind of smaller shop. And of course you have the Six Flags Mercado behind My Six Flags photo, but these are really cool. And of course you can scan that QR code and see a map of where all these are, but I don't think that's fun enough. I think we're just going to try to discover them as we go. And as I stated before, there's all kinds of mini museums for the 30th anniversary. So at the Heroes gift shop, you have your first Zaragoza themed, or I should say Los Festivales themed, with some Zaragoza stuff attached to it right here. And another way to know where these museums are is they have these stickers on the ground for the mini museums. And a great thing is you can actually scan a QR code here as well and learn about each item. So you can see we've got a 1992 park map and guide right there that shows you specifically Los Festivales. It's very cool. Feel free to pause so you can see what all of the stuff was. And they had a restaurant here called Mi Pueblito, and you can see they've got the menu in there. I really like this big piñata guy. And number 4, that's kind of definitely shows you when Six Flags really kind of came in. Got the Time Warner logos there. And this may have been right when Six Flags took over, because that's when that logo would have been kind of around. We move over to the second window. Oh, look at that. They had some special Coca-Cola. And you can see, of course, entertainment was a big deal here. So they've got all kinds of entertainment stuff. Fiesta Texas certificate. That's interesting. I wonder if that's something they handed out on the first day. I unfortunately wasn't really old enough to be here, but you can see we've got some costumes up here as well. And all kinds of stuff along here. I know the window's kind of glaring, but you're gonna have to check these out when you come. And as you come around the side of the Flash Bass booth here, going into Crackaxle Canyon, you get your first view of the Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger construction. And you can see we've got some cranes out here, but more importantly, we've got the transfer shed going up. So you can see they're building that structure where the excess trains will be stored. And if you go down this way, you can see we've got some track pieces installed over here. So moving right along, the park president did say that we should expect to see the lift hill done by Valentine's Day, and most of the structure done by spring. So they're gonna be moving right along here. Not a lot of time to waste, but the other thing, we don't want to not point this out, but you can see they're also working on the paint job still for Lone Star Lil's amphitheater. It's looking really good. You can see they still got a little bit to go. but always great to see some freshening up going on. And our next mini museum is right here near the entrance to Whitewater Bay. And this is a look back at the old watering hole, which was the original name of the water park. And just like before, you can scan that QR code. Feel free to pause and scan that if you'd like. But you can see all of the initial attractions they had. I want to know in the comments below which of the attractions from opening season are still here, because there are still some here. They might be named something different, but I ask you to challenge yourself and figure that out. But you can see we've also got some looks at some shows in Sundance Theater, which is no longer with us. And we've got a poster over here of a concert inside Lone Star Lil. So very fun little piece right here. Our next then and now photo also relates to the old watering hole. When Fiesta Texas opened in 1992, the original name for the water park was the old watering hole. It originally opened with 6 attractions, including Whitewater Canyon, Riptide Runner, Bermuda Triangle, Paradise Plunge, Typhoon Twister, and the Texas Treehouse. In 1999, the name was changed to Armadillo Beach with a major expansion that included the Texas-shaped wave pool. And then in 2006, it became Whitewater Bay. So you can see here right at the entrance, they used to have this old watering hole, just kind of like a water feature. It looks kind of like a water tower. You stand under it, gets you wet. Lots of fun. And we've got a second then and now photo that relates to the water park. The gusher and the pipeline were some of the original attractions in the water park, referred to as old watering hole back then. And I really like the way that old sign looks. It's really cool. I don't know what that guy's doing, but it looks like he's in trouble because there's lots of water coming out, but very fun. And as you make your way over the railroad tracks, you get another view of the construction here where the Sundance Theater once stood. You can also see that Totally Kickin' Chicken has been completely demolished. So they did have to demolish that to fit the ride in, and they've really bumped this construction fence out, but I bet we can get a view right here. It's almost like they strategically didn't quite do it. So over here you can see we've definitely got some footers that are new since we've been here last, but no vertical track construction over here yet. So like I said before, the old backstage area of Sundance Theater will be the indoor queue for this building. We don't have a lot of details on that yet, but it should be fun, and it should also have air conditioning, which is good. And this is just another angle through this construction fence. You can see the transfer shed and the track pieces pretty clearly from this angle. So looks like we're starting there. Lift hill will probably be first, and we'll go from there. And man, it looks crazy back here. And here in Crackaxle Canyon, across from the Smokehouse Canyon, you can see that the drink stand that was here has been removed. We don't know if that's coming back or not. It would be nice for it to come back because it was a nice, unique option. This construction fence has been bumped way back because, as you can see, we've got a lot more work going on in here with footers and having to dig up large holes. Let me try to get over here. There we go. It's a little better look. So it's just transforming constantly, but one cool thing about this ride is it's going to be bumped right up to where you enter, so you will be in and all around the ride as you wait in line, which is kind of anxiety-ridden in a good way. Hey, and just another angle so you can see how bumped out this construction area here on this side is. But the other thing to point out is where this basketball game was is no longer, so I'm curious if this might be like a gift shop for Dr. Diabolical, or maybe even a restaurant of some sort. We'll have to wait and see. I don't have any info on it, but they've definitely cleared the game all the way out. And we popped off into the Iron Rattler Mercantile, which is the exit shop of the Iron Rattler, just to show you that they do have some Dr. Diabolical merchandise. So you can see we've got these really fun pins where the little car moves, and you've also got the Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger logo pen. These are both $10. You can get them in keychain form down here, but I love pens. They're lots of fun. And swing around this way, of course, you've got to have all of your magnet options too. So plenty of Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger stuff to choose from here. They do have some of these retro shirts, which I think we'll look more at the front, and then over here you do have a couple merch options for Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger. It's a tongue twister. So you can see we've got that. We've got that in t-shirt form. We've got the Trust Me I'm a Doctor shirt. And I think there's a few more things that might not just be out yet. Shirts are $24.99. And this guy up here is $49.99. So not a bad deal at all. So as you exit the Iron Rattler Mercantile, this Coke Freestyle building has been repainted. It was kind of white. Now it's more of like a rustic brown, tan, reddish, rusty color. They've also got something going on out front here. It looks like they're tearing in to the ground. So curious to see what happens here, because it does look like they've cleared out the inside of this a little bit. And admittedly, yeah, it's completely cleared out in there. Interesting. But can't see too much. There's a lot of glare. But admittedly, you know, this wasn't open a lot. So it'll be interesting. Maybe the Dr. Elixir's stand moves in here, or maybe some other type of restaurant offering. That would be pretty cool. And over here at the old radio station in Crackaxle Canyon, you have another mini museum display. So you can see we've got a park map and guide of Crackaxle Canyon. And with the way these windows are angled, it's really hard to not catch glare. But you can see some of the shops, games. I'm gonna follow my shadow here. Rides and attractions. So Rattler was the only major roller coaster here. They did have the kiddie coaster over in the kiddie area, but that was it. And they did have a stable with horses, which is crazy. And of course the train station. And then this building here is the KJ97 Radio Ranch building. Now of course, let me get my shadow here. You can scan that for more info about each item, but we'll kind of make our way around. And you can see we've got some old costumes themed to the Crackaxle Canyon area here. You've got the Welcome to Crackaxle Canyon sign back there, if you can see it. It's I know it's hard to, can't really make myself any taller, unfortunately. But we've got some really cool pictures of Rattler, the original Rattler here. And then number 4 here is when it was being constructed. So I haven't actually seen that angle of the construction, so that's really cool. And you move over to this side of the display, you've got a Rattler kind of newspaper article. We've got another picture of the original Rattler there. And we've got a sign from Rattler. And it's interesting. I'm not sure how far back that dates. It's probably more of a Six Flags sign, if I had to say so. But there is another ride sign. I can't make my shadow bigger. There we go. That's a little bit better. But you can see that down there as well. I just wanted to give you all a second angle of the Lone Star Lil's amphitheater paint job, because it's really coming along on this side. And we talked about the seats the last time we were here. You can see the seats are still pulled out. That was just to paint the ceiling in there. So you can kind of see they had to paint those beams that cross in there. But also from this angle, you can see that transfer shed. So you can see there will still be plenty of space to watch fireworks out here. It will be interesting to see how the roller coaster interacts with shows that they do in Lone Star Lil's, though. And of course, as you enter into Spotsburg, you run into Sky Screamer. And I just wanted to point out, even though this wasn't advertised to go this long, they are still doing the belly down rider experience. So you can see them up there flying around on their belly, just probably terrified, because to me, it seems very terrifying. There is a long line for this ride, but it looks like they're all in line for the laydown seats. So I guess, you know, it was a good investment on the park's part to get these long seats in here. Look at them, just probably terrified, or maybe not terrified. I think I would be, though. We made our way into DC Universe here at the Joker, and if you watch our Six Flags Over Texas videos, we did cover this, where you can buy individual flash passes, and it looks like that has come to Fiesta Texas as well. So you can pull out your phone, scan that QR code, and actually buy a single ride flash pass, and you just show it on your phone and they let you ride in. We've made our way into the Rockville, DC Universe, whatever area you want to call it, I don't know. But we have another mini museum, and you can see we've got the emblem on the floor, and this is all centered around Rockville. So you can see we've got an old Reflections at Rockville High sign back there. That's really cool. And you can see we've got an old photo there I love the banner on the Go Armadillos banner there on Rockville High. And you've got some pom-poms, you've got a, you know, megaphone there. And as we go to the next window, you've got old Rockville costume right here. I know the glare is bad, but we've got more pictures of the Rockville show, some really old photos from the early days. You got some shoes down here. We go this way, you've got your Rockville sweater, which is a lot of fun. You can also scan here to learn more about each item. So if y'all want to pause and scan that, feel free as we go through. And you move over here. They did have some outdoor entertainment in Rockville back in the day, so you can see some pictures of that. And I want to know in the comments below, where is that car now? Because that car is still in the park. As we move up, you can see we've got another 1992 park mapping guide. I really like these. These are cool. And you can see the rides we had, the shops, games. We had 3 main rides out here, which was Motorama Turnpike, rest in peace. We got Hustler, Power Surge, rest in peace. It's your food. You've got Pete Seats, Lou's Pizzeria, which is Primo's now. And you have Flossie's Funnel Cakes, Munchies Snacks, Frosty Freeze. And then, of course, the old Loop Drive-In was one of the theaters. And Rockville High School, which still stands today. So, very fun to look back on this. And we walked into Primo's Pizzeria because the last time we were here, they were doing a remodel. You can see this is much more of like a classic Italian type of layout. They don't have any new food offerings yet from what they had before, but I do like the little theming. And just to show y'all kind of what these little lines look like now, they built kind of this kind of more substantial wall, but it's still the same kind of bordering situation as you go around the corner. And we'll just walk over here for fun. They have, I don't really want to like get into people's faces, but they have added some kind of new stuff on the walls. It's not really Rockville themed anymore, but this technically isn't the Rockville area based off of the kind of redistricting they've done. So just kind of see around this way too. So lots of new paint and structure, but a lot of the same seating layout and that kind of stuff. One of the other big things that has happened since we've been here last is they did a lot of welding work on Wonder Woman Golden Lasso coaster. I think just to help with the smoothness of the ride, and I can't really say I've noticed a huge difference ultimately, and I think that probably has more to do with the trains than it does the track. So if they were to upgrade the trains maybe to like what Jersey Devil has at Great Adventure, I think might be a little bit more of a comfortable, more smooth ride. But I still think it's a lot of fun, so I don't really have a particularly big problem with how it runs. And we've gone around the back of Rockville High and made our way onto Fiesta Bay Boardwalk. There's another Then and Now sign here. So this was the SS Overboard, and it opened in 1994 with Fiesta Bay Boardwalk. You can see the picture there. It was right here where Fireball was. And yeah, it kind of operated until 2012. This ride had its fair share of issues, but it definitely had a really cool sign, and it was a cool thing to have on the boardwalk. And out here in front of Pandemonium, we have another Then and Now poster. And this shows off Joker's Revenge. So 1996, Fiesta Texas opened Joker's Revenge, a Vekoma Hurricane coaster. This ride featured a huge funhouse queue experience and a bright magenta paint job. And the ride ceased operation in 2001, and then in 2003 reopened at Six Flags New Orleans. And when it was in New Orleans, it was the Jester. Unfortunately, it still stands at Six Flags New Orleans today. Fun little fact, but it is abandoned, of course. So fun, had a really cool queue and really fit on the boardwalk nice. And you can kind of see all the other crazy stuff that the boardwalk had. There's like a children's play area, and you had some remote control boats, and then of course you can see this structure here. They did have a sky coaster back here, so boardwalk has changed a lot. And out here outside of Hurricane Force 5, you have your next Then and Now, which is the Frisbee. And so a lot of people don't realize this, but Frisbee was originally located in Los Festivales, where Boomerang is. So when that coaster came to be, this Frisbee attraction actually moved over here in 1999, and then in 2015 it was replaced by Hurricane Force 5, which you can see there in the background. So very cool. And also in front of Hurricane Force 5 is a sign for the Bayside paddle boats. So before Hurricane Force 5 and before the Frisbee, when the Fiesta Bay Boardwalk first opened, you had the Bayside paddle boats. And it's kind of funny because it looks like those people aren't having as much fun as everyone else getting splashed there, but I've never seen a back angled picture of this, so this is really cool. And of course you can see Crow's Nest there in the background, and then to the right what would become Scooby-Doo Ghost Blasters eventually. And our next then and now picture is of the roller rink. Now a lot of people don't realize there was a roller rink here on Fiesta Bay Boardwalk, but before Scooby-Doo Ghost Blasters and Pirates of the Deep Sea was here, the building that holds that ride was actually a skating rink, which is kind of crazy to think about. So right here you can see, of course, we've got Pirates of the Deep Sea, and back in the day you could go in there, get some skates, skate around. As we loop our way back into Rockville from Fiesta Bay Boardwalk, it does look like we got some new shade coverings here at Scream, so always nice to see just, you know, the small things happening. And definitely looks like these guys right here have also been repainted. I know that's not really a good angle with the sun and all that, but definitely looks like there's been some TLC happening in this area recently. And of course over here in Spotsburg you have Sangerfest Halle food court, which was kind of halfway open last time we were here, and now it has been fully closed while they do this renovation. Now I don't know what the timeline is on this renovation, but I think some things have changed around just because of the changes in upper management with corporate. I think they had some different ideas for how they wanted this particular room to go. So I'm not really sure where we are on this, but I'm gonna go around the side and see if we can get a better view inside. Oh, I see you up there, you unpleasant being. I see you creeping. So we came around to the side next to the Grand Carousel, and they're definitely doing a lot of stuff in there. You can see there's like a platform up there and a lot of extra wood. We're a little glary, but definitely a lot of stuff went on in there after they closed it. But like I said, not super sure what the current progress or expected completion of this is. And we're on our way out of the park for the night, but one last thing I want to do is go into Six Flags Mercado and show y'all some of the new merchandise they have. So over here in the front gift shop, you now have the Parkscapes available. And if y'all aren't aware of what that is, it's basically a skyline of the park that you build. And yeah, they have a picture of it on the back so you can kind of see what that looks like. These are running $34.99. And over here we do have the retro throwback Fiesta Texas 30 years shirt. You can see it's kind of like a new take on the original logo there, but lots of fun. And these are $16.99 a piece, so it comes in the black. It also comes in the blue. You can see there's like a little roller coaster going through the Fiesta. And there's also a purple one and a pink one down here, so you can see there's the pink there, and there's your purple right there. So shirts are very fun. All right, everyone, that does it for this visit to Six Flags Fiesta Texas. Tons of stuff has happened since we've been here last. As you saw, there's all kinds of stuff going on with Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger. And like I said earlier in the video, we should have a lift hill here very soon, within the next month. And then you'll start seeing the rest of the ride go vertical. So things are gonna start really happening, and it's gonna be changing a lot over there. I will be curious to see what's going on in that Crackaxle Canyon section, because they removed that game, and also it looks like something's going on with the Coca-Cola Freestyle, so be curious to see what they do with that. I'm sure it has something to do with the fact that they're just having to shift stuff around to fit the brand new Cliffhanger roller coaster. And of course, I love the mini museums, and I love the then and now signs. I have a feeling there's going to be some more popping up around the park as the season goes on. And just to bounce off of that, there are going to be some 30th celebration related stuff. I encourage you all to check out our 30th anniversary guide. That link is in the description below. It just kind of gives you a timeline of all the stuff that's happening throughout the year, so you can keep track, kind of determine when you want to come out to the park. If y'all have any questions about Fiesta Texas in general, make sure to check out sfftsource.com or ask us in the comments below. Thank y'all for watching. Take care, and we'll see you soon.